Yuck. Sorry, I'm sick. I caught some kind of wicked upper respiratory virus. Good news is that it's not pneumonia and it's not bronchitis. I got x-rays done yesterday. My doctor gave me a doctor's note, and so I'm homesick today. I've been homesick for a couple of days. And I'd rather be healthy and at work working. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Here's something I haven't done in a while. I don't know if I've ever done one in a video format. Welcome to the Smoking Puck. Reverend Sully's hockey vlog. Back in the day, I used to be on Blogger, and I had a blog. I had a blog for a good long time, from like 2003 to 2017. And it was a body of work, and it was a body of feelings, and it's the same content that I offer here. Cooking, spirituality, comic books. But I also had a hockey article that I called The Smoking Puck. And it was a weekly. I love hockey. I love ice hockey. I'm a Boston Bruins fan. This is born and bred. I bleed black and gold. Wicked Pissa. I'm a god and gallery god. I really am. I was there in the old Boston Garden, up in the balcony, where the real fans, the blue-collar fans, judged what was given to them on the ice, with boos or cheers. So yeah, welcome to the Smoking Puck. It's been a while. I've been a lifelong fan. I put it down for a few years here and there, and come back to it too. Hustle across the street. Hustle across the street. Move your feet. Hustle across the street. Little songs for everything. It's that damn Winnie the Pooh's influence on me. I'm fine. I'm getting over being sick. I need fresh air. Am I wearing pants? I feel like that's the second person that said something. Maybe it's the Brad Marchand jersey I'm wearing. It's a throwback from a different day, in a different locker room, a different coach, and a different style and system, and a different lineup. Yeah, we'll finish that thought. Yeah, I'm relatively okay. I am just, this is good. I need a walk. It's a little bit of fresh air. Go to the Walgreens, get some vapor rub for my chest. You know, I mean, I have an intermittent stuffy nose, but I'm over the hump, and it's down the hill now with the chest, with my chest virus. I mean, seriously, I can sleep lying down now. Waking up wasn't a terrible coughing fit, and I've been having plenty of rest, which is a big part of healing and getting over an illness. The Smoking Puck. It was an ironic title because I was a big pothead, a big weed smoker, a stoner. I eat gummies now. I'm not going to call it the Gummy Puck. No, gee, that's stupid. The Smoking Puck. Last night was the final game of the Stanley Cup Finals. A rematch between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. With seeing that the Florida Panthers are now back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. And also, the state of Florida now possess 5 Stanley Cups. I believe 5. Is it 6? Did the Lightning win 4 times or 3? I know they won 3 times at least. The Tampa Bay Lightning. But 5 times in the past, in the 21st century. Florida is a hockey place now. I gotta keep it down. I gotta make this short, but that's okay. All this talking is just making me. But feature this: Boston Bruins, Brad Marchand, When Patrice Bergeron retired, Brad Marchand became the captain of the team. We also, in the time of his tenure of captaincy, we had one of the greatest letdowns to the Florida Panthers, and also the best hockey season ever by a professional team in the regular season. So I'm wondering, and so here's the thing, the Bruins had such a disappointing season this year. They fired their coach, and they traded away the core of the team, including what you could consider the leadership. And we had this joke, like, oh, they're going to trade Brad Marchand. He's 37 years old. Who would take him, and what would you get for him? Well, we found out, because I'm thinking also in hindsight, was it an indication of his leadership in the locker room, that not only the coach couldn't lead them, the captain couldn't lead them either. And he had done so, and they had a successful recipe just the year before. What changed so much? Was it losing the goalie Linus Ullmark? Maybe. This guy agrees. But the Bruins ended up trading away the nucleus of the team, keeping David Pastrnak, who's the big talent on the team, the goal scorer, keeping Charlie McAvoy, who is the future of the defensive core, sure, keeping our goalie. I almost said Andrew Raycroft. I'm having a mind fart right now. I'll remember in a couple of minutes, but you're screaming it from the chat. I can hear you from here. Andrew Raycroft. Andrew Raycroft. Oh gosh, jeez, I'm getting stupid. Maybe it's all the gummies. But so buttons. So Brad Marchand was traded to the Florida Panthers. Bitter rivals too, and he was traded for like a very low draft pick too. He was basically fired, along with my favorite Bruin, Charlie Coyle, and a few others on the team. And it just scratched, and it's just like, that was a fire sale. The management gave up on the team, the city, the season, all of us. And in a way, the team did too, being unleadable. Because a lot of that came down to being a team that just couldn't be led by their captain or their coach. Comes to last night, Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals in Florida, in Sunrise, Florida. I think that's suburban Miami. The Florida Panthers defended their Stanley Cup championship against their, a rematch of last year. And Brad Marchand was part of that team. Brad Marchand won his second Stanley Cup. Brad Marchand has gone to 3 Stanley Cups with the Bruins. So this is his 4th Stanley Cup final. So he's 2-4 now with Stanley Cups. One in 2011 with the Bruins. We went again in 2013, and then 2017, 2018 against the Blues. We lost in 2013 against the Blackhawks, and was it 2018 against the St. Louis Blues? Maybe was it 2019? Because the next year we had the COVID bubble. Yeah, at least they tried to have a season, and we could have won that year too, even with an asterisk. I would have taken that, but our goalie Tuukka Rask, had a family emergency, and he had to leave the bubble and leave the team to go. Well, fair enough. Once someone mentions their kids, that's like, that's Teflon, and it's indisputable. But coming to Brad Marchand, he missed being the MVP, winning the Conn Smythe, because that goes to that was Sam Bennett's, because he got 9 goals in the Stanley Cup Finals. That's the MVP of the Stanley Cup Finals. I think Brad Marchand came in second, which is great. So Brad Marchand is 37 years old, a very well-conditioned athlete. As much as he's injury prone, he's got great resilience, and he's recovered. He played all 82 games this season. He played all 82 games last season, coming back from double hip surgeries and things such as that, and upper body injuries. He's remarkable. He was looking for a 3-year extension with the Bruins. The Bruins really wanted to give him 2 years, and so this is Brad Marchand's final 3 years. He spent his entire career in a Bruins jersey. He could have retired a Bruin. You know, is it his fault for not taking the 2-year deal? Maybe, but he was looking for the 3-year deal. Whether that's between his agent, between his wife and family. These are the last couple of years of hockey he's gotten him. Like I said, he's 37 years old. He's got, how many years of hockey does he have left in him? A 3-year deal would have him, be retiring at the age of 40, 41 years old. And, but he would have stayed a Bruin the rest of his career. Yet how much was Brad Marchand responsible for the rudderlessness of that Bruins locker room from this season, this failure of a season? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in the future. I don't feel Brad Marchand should come back to Boston with the cup and show it off. If he does that, he can do that if he wants to. It's his day with the cup. Maybe he can just spend it with his family, and because he was a kid when we won it in 2011, and he had a party and he had a good old time. But he was a single man back then. Now he's a husband with a wife and small children. Maybe he just wants to do that thing like put the baby in the Stanley Cup kind of thing. That's cute. And I'm looking forward to seeing Brad's next direction. He's an unrestricted free agent as of July 1st, the first time in his career. That's the ultimate goal for a professional player. That means you can ask your price and be picky about where you land. The big question, too, is will Brad Marchand come back to Boston? I don't think he should. He's got nothing to prove here. It's cute, and it's romantic, and it's hopeful, but it's unrealistic. Remember, he got fired. Sure, technically, on paper, he got traded. But no, he got fired. And he's my favorite Bruin. I've got 3 of these Brad Marchand jerseys. I wish I got a captain's jersey, but I'm happy with this jersey. When he was an alternate, and he earned that A, and he was Patrice Bergeron's assistant captain, and from a feisty, reckless agitator of a player with great vision and hands, he evolved and grew into a greater role, and he still has that vision and hands. So this is my guess. I think I want him. Now he can ask for that 3-year deal, for the money he's asking for. That's going to suit him and his family for the rest of their lives, beyond whatever he does in broadcasting after this. Yet this is my hope. I can see something like I could see the Detroit Red Wings, who need a player like Brad Marchand that fit the city and fit the paradigm of the team, fit the expectation of being a Detroit Red Wing, an original 6 team. I can see the Detroit Red Wings signing Brad Marchand for 3 years at his asking price and retiring a captain of a storied franchise, and maybe help it return to a former glory like in the Yzerman Fedorov years, or the Eddie Shore years. That's Eddie Shore hockey territory. That could be Brad Marchand territory. I could see him in Chicago with the same deal. I could see him on any team. I could see him in Florida. But the one team I do not see him coming back to would be the Boston Bruins. I think it's time to move forward. And I love Brad Marchand. Marchie, I wish you well. Good luck. Congratulations. And that's about it. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Please like and subscribe if you like hockey content. Well, I got all off season to plan a new show, don't I? Alrighty. You let me know in the comments section if this is your cup of tea. And what do you feel about Brad Marchand? Are you a Boston Bruins fan? Do you feel that Brad Marchand should return as an unrestricted free agent? Do you think he should show up on his day with the cup into Beantown and show off the wares? Let me know in the comments section. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you later with more Smoking Puck!